You don't take it out of the mailbox. You keep it in there. You don't even take it out. So you think because you said, well, they call you and said, well, you didn't pay your bill. They send you a second notice or a first notice. You said, I didn't get the bill. And the Holy Ghost said, you saw it in the mailbox. Then you're going to lie to the Holy Ghost. You're going to talk to the Holy Ghost. You're going to debate the Holy Ghost down. You talk about I didn't get it. You know it comes every. Even if you don't reach you, you know something had to happen. You know that is true. Right. And then we try to play God like that too. But he let them preach. But that ain't my story though. My story. Let me go back. I was ministering, and then these guys come over and say, your wife wants you to come over on this side of these chairs. And when I get ready to go over there, I see this puddle of water, and I see this bucket, trash can. And I see this girl, a young lady, on the pavement, crawling on the pavement like she's a snake, like she's trying to get away. And they said, well, your wife said, you can come over here and minister. I said, why come she did? And she's just like, this is your job. And one thing I do know about Sister Barbara, Renee, she know how to cast out devils. She's anointed. She's a soul winner. I do know that. But if her husband is ministering, she ain't going to try to interfere or try to take over. She was under my authority. Now, if I had asked her to, because she know her place, when I'm ministering, her place is to pray. That's her place. And a lot of times when I'm out somewhere, like we're doing police chaplaincy work, I have to leave 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. Sometimes she praying. And other places that I have to go, like the women's prison, CCA, she praying. I know she praying. Because I can feel those prayers. And then sometimes when I come home, she'll be upstairs, and I hear her praying upstairs. I'd rather for her to pray than be contentious. Like, what are you doing home? I'd rather just keep praying. Don't say nothing. Don't be talking to God. You all right? Y'all get that? Some of y'all get that on the way home. But, and so I go over, and I said, get this lady up. And I made her open her eyes up. I said, look at me. And I made her look at me. And I got her to start making confession. Said, in the name of Jesus is Lord of my life. I confess Jesus is Lord of my life. But you know, you got any devils. You got to confess Jesus is Lord. I know she was already saved, but sometimes devils just torment people. Amen. Yeah. And so you get them to look at you in your eyes and say, Jesus is Lord of my life. See, that's one way of kicking the devil out. That's one way of getting them. And then she just went limp. She just went down to the pavement. And I went on ministry. And then somebody tapped and said, she's back, she's trying to get away. I had to go over, and then I said, come back here in the name of, I said, devil, you get out of her in Jesus' name. I bind every demonic evil spirit out of you in Jesus' name. And I was looking at her in the eyes. Looking at her in her eyes. Because what's that scripture? The eye is the candle of the way. The window. The eyes is the window of the soul. You look at somebody's soul through their eyes. And they can look down at your soul through their eyes. There needs to be a connection. And so, later, a couple of days later, Barbara told me, we was out eating, we started talking about as far as what happened. She said, I didn't know that demons could play possum. Because you know, many times we thinking somebody go down. Oh, they got the Holy Ghost. Everybody going down there don't have no Holy Ghost. People think, oh, they went down under the power of God. Everybody you lay hands on, they ain't going down under the power of God.
Yeah.
Sometimes people going down, they have more devils when they get up. And when they went down, it's not really funny, but it's true.
It's true.
Yeah. She said, oh, they can play possum.
Right.
Try to deceive and manipulate and trying to get over. That might make people think, but they have a fashion, a form of godliness.
Yeah.
Because we thinking, if they fall down, well, they got something. I tell people a lot of times, don't fall, just receive.
Yeah.
Don't fall, just receive. Because it's not in falling or standing, it's in receiving.
That's right.
And sometimes I tell people, sit on the pew. I seen the Lord at CCA knock men off the pew to the floor. And then I see them sometimes they will come up and they stand against the wall. They think the wall gonna hold them up. I've seen them even fall from the wall. But if you're going down, you're going down. But if you're going down, it's best to go down under the power. Somebody said power.
Power.
Of the Holy Ghost.
Amen.
And get them demons cast out. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Get the works of the devil cast out. So here, you see here, it says that every tongue should confess that Jesus Christ is Lord to the glory of God the Father. It's best to confess this or that in this life, because everybody's going to confess it in the life to come.
That's right.
It's best to confess that Jesus Christ is Lord of your life in this life now.
Yes.
Now. And know that you have him as Lord in your life now.
Yeah.
And say it loud.
Yeah.
Like you're proud.
Amen.
And then verse 12 is where I wanted to go. Wherefore, my beloved, as ye have always obeyed. Now that's strong. That's very strong. Paul is saying to the church of Philippi, as you have always obeyed. We ought to have a always obeyed at Family of Faith Church.
Amen.
Not as in my presence only, but now much more in my absence. What were they doing in Paul's absence?
Obeying the word.
Obeying.
Always obeying. Work out. See, you have to do this in presence, out of presence. Where you are working out your own salvation with fear. See, that really shows your true reverence for God. When you can work out your soul's salvation when ain't nobody else around.
Amen.
But when it's all about your reputation, you only work it out when other people are around. And that's not character, that's charisma. Because charisma is who you are when people are looking at you. What you want people, but character is who you are on the inside. Charisma is who you are on the outside. Who you are in public. But then if you're one way in another way in private, you only have charisma and you have no true God character. Let me ask y'all this one. Y'all so smart. Jesus Christ, he's the same. Come on, help me out.
Yesterday, today, and forever.
Now, if Jesus was alive in 2019, and he is, right?
Amen.
Would he be the same in private as well as in public?
Yeah.
How you know?
Because he's the same yesterday, today, and forever.
Now let that mind of Christ sink in you.
Yeah.
Amen.
Yes.
Let that mind of Christ sink in you. Because what we do in private will a lot of times determine our receiving in public.
Amen.
Amen.
Good.
Very good.
Y'all get that?
Glory.
So, verse 13 says, for it is God which worketh in you, both to will and to do of his good pleasure. Because, you know why? It's God. Because God sent his son Jesus to destroy the very works of the devil.
Yeah.
And now you have this new work, this good work of being a new creature on the inside of you. For it is God which worketh in. So it's God. God is working well.
Inside of you.
Yep.
God is working well.
And the inside.
God is working in you. But what is he working in you to do?
His good pleasure.
To please him.
Amplified Bible says, not in your own strength, for it is God who is all the while effectually at work in you, energizing and creating in you the power and desire. The power and desire. Both to will and to work for his good pleasure and satisfaction and delight.
Hallelujah.
So it's all for his good what?
Good
And,
pleasure.
and what?
Satisfaction and delight.
So it's all for his. Not for you, myself, and I, but it's all for his.
Satisfaction and delight. Amen.
We can't forget verse 14.
Amen.
Amplified says, do all things without grumbling. Now, what does that mean? Do all the work that he's working through you and in you. Without what?
Complain.
Without grumbling. And fault finding. And complaining against God. You mean tell me people complain against God?
Yeah.
You mean tell me people complain against God? Why would they do that? Against God? And questioning and doubting among yourselves? It's a good work. And the reason why God purposed this good work in you and me is for his good pleasure and satisfaction and delight.
Amen.
God takes pleasure in the good work. He's able to live in and through you and me. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Yeah.
Bless this holy name. Pray I got something on the word.